Hello everybody, it's Basilisk here, and welcome back to F2B Infinity from the Ryotcraft server. So, it's been a little while since we've been on here, and I've been doing a bit of work around the place. I have completed the first phase of going the whole way round, so the whole roof and floor the whole way round. All of these areas need to be filled in, and there's going to be ground level here and things going on in there, so they're all very plain at the moment. I haven't done the tunnels going out that way or that way, and haven't added on any of the extra details. There's still extra details probably going in over this side as well, and I've made a big cobblestone sphere. Why would I want a big cobblestone sphere? Well, actually, that's going to be my biodome, and it's going to have a park in it, it's going to have trees and all that kind of thing, and yeah, it would probably look better glass, wouldn't it? But I'll show you why I did this. So, you've seen me use this before, which is the resonant exchanger. Put the radius up. So, there we go. Now, before I do any more, I'll show you why I built it in cobblestone first. Because I've been following the sphere, and to be honest, placing glass in these is not the easiest thing, because it's very hard to tell when there's glass there or not, and so on. So it's easier, I found, to... I'm going to turn that off again because that's just going to do my head in. Easier. Now I'm not going to be able to find the door though. Easier I found to do it in cobblestone and then change it. So I'm going to finish doing this and be back with you in a minute. We're going to get on to something completely different today. And there we have the biodome in all its initial glory before there's any bio inside the dome. So yeah, that turns out a lot nicer obviously than the cobblestone that it was originally built out of. And it has that nice see-through aspect to it as well. I'm going to end up putting some kind of joining structure there. Similar, I guess, to that, though on a weird angle and stuff. So it's going to be interesting to build that. Not going to get into that now. But what I am going to do is come down to this chest I placed down here. And we are going to put 2 miniature helmets on the ends of a stick. Hit a bookcase with it. And yeah. Okay, so if you have no idea what I'm talking about, that would be kind of confusing. What we're going to get into is Thaumcraft. So, I'll show you what I mean about the 2 miniature helmets. It's our wand caps, just like helmets. But there we go, 2 of those, put them onto a stick. Hit a bookshelf with it. And we have our Thaumic. So I've been wanting to get into Thaumcraft on the server for quite a while. I've done Thaumcraft a few times before and really got into it. So there is a lot to this, and I'm probably going to do a lot of Thaumcraft off camera. A lot of the research I'll do off camera, the scanning I'm going to do off camera, because to be honest, it gets a little bit repetitive and boring, especially to watch. And yeah, so the first thing we're going to want to do after getting our Thaumic, which I know without even looking here, is that we want to get a thermometer, which is under artifices, and that's that one there. So for that we need gold ingots, glass, and any kinds of shards. I have got all that in here. I am actually going to make 3 of them. because I know for a fact we'll need 2 others later. Now, am I going to get it right way around or the wrong way? Probably the wrong way. Yes. And fix it up pretty quickly. And with the thermometer, thermometer, you can scan things. So one thing I will be able to scan right now is a torch, and I get the lux aspect. There won't be much else I can scan around here. I'm actually going to go for a travel back to the overworld to go do a whole lot of scanning and do that all pretty much off camera. We are also going to want to make a couple of tables here. I've already got the wood on myself, so make up some planks. We need some, actually we're going to need more than that, some slabs, and we'll want to make 3 tables. 3 tables, so I'm going to place those, maybe 2 there and 1 there for now. One of these is going to be our arcane workbench. Just hit it with a wand and there you go. Got that now. Not going to be using it just for a second. And the other one is going to be for our research table. I need 2 of those, a couple of those. And actually this is going to be, I only need to make that. There we go. Need some scribing tools and place one of those down on this table, turning that into our research table, which is where we're going to do all our research. Again, probably going to do a lot of that off camera. Now you might be wondering why I've got all this stuff here, because this is going to be a biodome. There's going to be a park in here, trees and all those kind of things. But that is pretty much, I mean, the ground level in this section is going to be here. So if I just place some blocks there, I'll be standing here. There will be some variation in the land inside the biodome, so there will be some dipping down and so on. But there's going to be a huge amount of room underneath it. I don't know exactly how much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Easily 10, 11, 12, 13. Easily that much room. So easily 13. And there's going to be a quite big space down here. One of the really cool things in Thaumcraft is the infusion altar, and if that's placed in somewhere around this level, then there's going to be plenty of room for it, both vertically and room underneath it to put stabilizing elements, which we'll get to maybe this episode, maybe not, but there's plenty of room for Thaumcraft here, so I thought it was a great place to have it. Didn't know what else to put under there. There'll probably be some things like silverwood trees and greatwood trees in the biodome. I'm going to be putting probably Botania on one of these 2 arms just here next to the biodome. So I don't need that much room underground for Botania, so yeah, great place to do magic, hidden away from public view and all that, just under the feet of the tourists visiting the biodome. Okay, and I am back. I think I now have scanned everything I need to scan, so now I've got a whole lot of different aspects that I know about, and I've got a lot of things and a few things, and I can now get some research and do some of that. So this one here, research expertise, is really important to get early on, and actually want to get this one and the one after. I'm not sure which one of those two that's going to be, but this one helps you getting more of the V into your wand, and one of the other ones stops you from destroying nodes from doing it. But in order to do the research, you go to the research table, and which one are we going to do first? Research expertise. We have to link up these 3 things that are in this mini game. Now, to do that, you have to join them with things that they either are used to make up the other thing, or that they are made up of. So if you have a look in here and have a look at Census was one of those. That's over here. So air and spiritus are part of Census. Air's probably a good one to go for that. What was the other one we need to do? We've got auto up there and we've got cognito there. So auto is a primal aspect, and cognito is ignis and spiritus. Well, that's interesting. Both of the other ones have spiritus, but I probably don't have a lot of spiritus, I would say. And auto is obviously a primal aspect. So if we go in here, that one had air, and this one here had ignis, wasn't it? Where is that? I am missing it. There it is. No, not there. There. So now those are joined up. Now we need something that ignis and air are used in. If we have a look through here, ignis and air make up lux, so that's a good one to go for. And the one at the top was auto. Is there anything with auto and lux, or auto and air or something? So we can go back to air. So if you have a look, we can now go and put lux there, and we can put air there. So we can now use motus, that one there, join that up, and now our research is complete. And I can do that, and now I know the research expertise. So the reason to do that is now we can say, okay, we've got motus here. What does motus? What can we use with motus? And we can hover over these, and it shows us, which makes it a lot easier to go through here. So I'm going to do a couple more bits of research. I'm going to research this one. Then I'm going to get the I might as well get the notes for it now. It's an artifice, goggles are revealing, and do that one as well. And we're going to go out, and I'll go out and get enough V in my wand. I don't at the moment. I've got some Terra and Aqua, but I'm going to have some of the other aspects as well. So I'll get all of those and be back to make the Goggles of Revealing. Okay, I have filled my wand up. I have done the research that we need to do, which was for Goggles of Revealing. I have all the ingredients. My wand has got plenty of all the V aspects in it, and I'll show you where I was filling this wand up. You may think that because I'm in a void world there wouldn't be any nodes, but there are a lot of nodes around. I think there are just as many nodes as in a normal world, but you will find them all right down at just above the void level, around about 6 to 8 height up from a void. So especially when I can't see my void here, it's a little bit on the scary side, but you keep an eye on your height and you should be okay. But no, lots of good nodes out there. I've marked a lot of them. If we look at my map, yeah, had a bit of a fly around, marked a whole lot of nodes, especially out that area. And yeah, I will definitely be moving some of those though. That will come a bit later. Not quite ready to do that yet. So here's our first magical crafting. So we put our wand up into there. We need the leather. We need our other thermometers. Put those in there. What goes in between? Gold. Yes, gold on both sides. I definitely brought gold with me. I knew I would need it. There we go, there we go. And we have our goggles of revealing. So, if I put those on, they look... Okay, let's take our hat off. Remove hat, done. They look unique. Yes, that's a good word for it. And if we go now, we should be able to see these nodes a lot clearer. So I'll fly down here to this one, and you'll see we can see the node without using the thermometer. So if I take these off, I can basically hardly see it. It's a little smudge, but you can basically hardly see it. With a thermometer you can see it, but it's a bit of a pain carrying that around. So you have these on, and it makes it a lot easier. That's why that's one of the first things you should get. It makes it easier to find all of the nodes that you need. It also makes it easier for doing some of the magical things. You can tell what aspects are in a jar and what aspects are in alembics and all sorts of other things like that, which we'll be getting into later. That's more of the stuff that I'm probably going to show on camera, the more complicated Thaumcraft stuff. Just going to try and skip through as much of this beginning as possible. So the next thing that we're going to do, now that we've got our goggles of revealing, is we need a crucible. I've got some iron lying around somewhere, yes. And a crucible is pretty easy. I wonder if I've actually... Do I need research for this? Alchemy... basic alchemy... Nope, you don't need research for it. So all you do for this one is you plump this down. I am going to put it up a couple of blocks, which I'll show you why in a minute. Plump this guy down there and whack him with your wand. Just right click him with a wand. So this is going to be, again, a very temporary place to have this. I'll put a little platform for me to stand on for now. What we need to do is we need to put a piece of netherrack down there and light it. We also need some water. And there we have it. A netherrack there. I've lit the fire underneath it. This will start bubbling and hurting me if I stand on it, which is one of the bad effects of having the sash on, which means I can step up on it without even trying. Oh well, I just am going to have to stop doing that, I guess. I'll put that away. So, what is next? We've got the crucible, and what I want to work towards now is we want to work towards getting a much better wand. So I've got at the moment is an iron-capped wooden wand. We're going to need some silverwood and greatwood logs for this, which I haven't actually got yet, so I've got to go get those. And we're going to start with a gold-capped wand that doesn't require the arcane infusion stuff, but after that we're going to go for the Thaumic-capped silverwood wand, which does require the infusion, and it requires some thaumium to be made, which we're making here. So I've got a few things to collect, so I'll get all that together and we'll get on to the next couple of things we're going to do. And I'm back. I have got a gold banded greatwood wand now. I went ahead and just did that. The recipe's pretty similar to the iron wand, but you have to use the arcane workstation, and it uses a little bit of a V in your wand, so you have to get the iron one first before you go to this one. But yep, I've got that now, and what I wanted to do is, I do have a bucket on me, good. I've got too much stuff on me actually. Found some thaumium. Actually, that was from dungeon chests. So I'm going to make some more right now, but that was interesting to find that. So what I want to make first is I want to make some niter. So to do that, you need in your crucible, you need to get some potentia, lux, and ignis, and then throw in some glowstone. So this has potentia and ignis, and these have lux. So that will get me 12 potentia, 12 ignis, and then I put those in 12 lux, which will be enough to make 4 pieces of niter. So I've got those ratios worked out there to make this all nice and easy. So I come up to here, and I should just be able to throw that in, throw that in, throw that in. 3. Okay. Something went a bit funny there. Oh well. Let's just throw the rest in just for good measure. That time I got it. So yeah, the first time I guess one of the elements broke down, or the torches didn't go in, or something like that, and we ended up with extra stuff in there. Yeah, it looks like not enough torches went in. So if I drop 2 more torches in and 1 piece of glowstone, that will get me the last one. And there's a little bit of spiritus and air in there. You just right tap that with your shift right tap with your wand to get rid of it. Uh-oh. And we've got some unwanted flux coming out. Easiest way to get rid of that is, let's go up. Am I even going to be able to see it up here? I don't know. Well, if I put that there and put a torch on there, can I see? So it would have come up here, gone up to here. Oh, that there. Inside that block, I guess. Does that give me flux flu or anything? Anyway, you can get rid of it just by placing a block and then digging the block away. I can't even tell if there's any up here. I'm going to get so much fog up here at some point. But anyway, let's go to the next one. So that got me niter. Now the big thing I wanted niter for first is we can actually get rid of that now and just place a niter under there instead, which will do the same job of heating this. I need to put some water in. Water in there. And that's now, wait for it to come up to bubble. Yep. Okay, the other one that we're going to do is we're going to make some thaumium. You saw that I already had some thaumium, but I mean that was from armor piercing cartridge. Whoa. That was from dungeon loot. I'm going to make some now. All you do is throw iron into a crucible which has got 4 precantatio in it. So what I've got to get precantatio, I'm going to use these enderman heads. So 1, 2, 3 will give me 12. I'll get this other junk as well, but I'll do 6, that'll be 24, so that'll be 6 pieces of thaumium I can make. Okay. No, that would be wrong. these give you 3, so it's 18, and that doesn't divide. I need to have another 2. There we go. 8 of those in, and then throw that in, and we have 6 more thaumium, and a whole lot of junk. Welcome back. And I've done a bit of building here just to set out. I mean, I wanted to get the infusion altar up and going, so I wanted to set that out where I was going to have it. Going to make sure it's well and truly stabilised, so that's what all that down there is for. But yes, I've done a few things around here. Built this area. This is all going to be buried under the park in the end, so from the park you won't see any of this. But yeah, setting it up, it's starting to look good. Been doing this using the alchemical furnace and the alembics to get the different aspects I'm going to need for the crafting we're going to do. But so what you can do here is put in an item that has aspects, burn it in here, and it breaks it down into the component parts. So this one being the air shards, we're getting air, the vitreous, and the precantatio. So the altar now, what we need to do is get all the items for the altar, which I have already crafted here. I need to place down these items. So in the center we have a pedestal. Then we need a gap before having the runic matrix on the top. So all of this stuff is pretty easy to find in the this book, the Thaumic, that's it, and it's all under the artifice and down here. So runic matrix, pretty easy recipe. The pedestals are simple as well. It tells you very much how to place everything and all of that, so that's what we're going to go through here. We have the stone bricks on the bottom there, and then the stone blocks on top. I think I don't have enough aspects in my wand, but let's see. No, we don't. So I'll go and get those last little bit that I need and be back to do this. I should have what I need in my wand now. There we go. And it spins up, and woohoo! I love that. Okay, now let's place down these all around the outside. We have one spare, which I'll put over here somewhere for now. Probably do something with nodes, either here or over there, I'm not sure, but there we go, we've got it set out. And now let's do our first infusion. So we need 3 of these. If we had a look in the book at the wand caps, so you make the wand cap pretty simply like the other ones, but then you need to infuse it. So 3 Salus Mundus, which takes a balance shard, and you smelt that. And a balance shard you make through, well, the way I made it is just dropping in one of each of the other shards, which then gives you a balance shard and a bit of leftover stuff that, well, clogs up the airway up there. But let's put this down. So we need 3. Then a wand cap in the middle. Put that on there and whack it with a wand. What happened to my wand? Okay, whack it with my wand. And this should work pretty simply. So it's going to pull in the aspects from over there. What was that? That's the potentia and the aurum. It's going to pull in the items. And there we have it. Our first one. And I just realised I need more Salus Mundus. There we go. That's our second wand cap. Now we need to make our wand core, the silverwood wand core. We need a silverwood log and one of each shards, including a balance shard. And then we're going to hit that, and we should have everything. It's going to pull in all of the aspects. Oh, I'm glad I left that one within range. And there we have it. Wand core. Now we go to the table. Put that in. The 2 caps. Oh, I've still got glass in here. Take the glass out. 2 caps. And we need a lot of aspects. So, more than what we can actually fit in here. So I need to make all of the different Thaumaturge's robes so that I get the discount. Here we have our brand new outfit. So we've got the robe, which is a 2% V discount, the leggings with a 2% V discount, and the boots with 1%. On top of that, we have a 5% discount for the goggles of revealing. So that gives us enough of a discount to then, with a completely full wand, get this down to 48.6, which we can handle with this wand. And there we go. We now have our brand new Thaumic embossed silverwood wand. And like all things that new that you get, you should really give them a scan first. There you go. Get some extra aspects. But that will be all for this episode. I'm going to do quite a lot more work on this area off camera, including trying to do something quite interesting with the alembics and the alchemical furnaces. And going to next thing I'm going to do in Thaumcraft is try to get on to getting myself some nodes. At the moment I'm going down near the void here to get the nodes, but I'm going to bring some of them up here, and then they'll start feeding off each other, and we'll get that all sorted out to make a nice little setup here. But anyway, until next time, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.